morning, I'm Julia.
Good morning. Hi, Julia.
Nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm Jacob.
Oh, Jacob. Have you been a member of the credit union long?
Yeah, for a few years now.
Oh,
I
good.
transitioned from my bank due to the, all the nice rates that you guys offer.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah.
I am here today just highlighting some of the benefits that the members have with this
Okay.
union, this credit union. Have you taken advantage of their car loans? They have a very good rate.
Well,
right
yeah,
now.
that's actually one of the reasons that, I transitioned over when I was financing my new car.
Oh, good.
They really helped me out a lot, and I see that you guys have boat loans as well, and motorcycle. Awesome.
Yes, everything.
Oh, very cool.
You know, we have some other benefits that I'd like to highlight for you today. If you'll come with me, I'll show you exactly what we have.
Okay, I'd love to, but I do have my dog in the car, and I don't want to be too long. I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush.
Okay, this will take just a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Come on over here, have a seat with me.
Sure.
So you said you've been with the credit union for a few years.
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. And your family, are they members?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And what kind of family do you have? Are you married?
I am married. I do have a wife, and I have
Uh-huh.
2 kids.
Oh, that's
as well.
wonderful.
Yeah, so.
How old are the kids?
The kids are 7 and 11.
Very challenging age.
Yeah, it's a
Very
handful,
challenging age.
absolutely, inexpensive.
Well, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we have today, what we're highlighting.
Okay.
We're highlighting our whole life policy, which is a policy that is permanent protection, it never goes away. It is a tax-free death benefit to your family. What's your wife's name?
It's Julia
Julia.
as well.
Well, if, God forbid, anything should happen to you, Julia would benefit from this. Don't you believe that she would have, if she had just some life insurance to take care of your final expenses?
I totally agree with you. That's why I've actually I actually already have a whole life policy.
Oh, you
I
do?
took out a $150,000 plan on myself, I want to say maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so I am really, I definitely appreciate what you're saying, because I
Uh-huh.
see that value as well.
Yes, it's a wonderful value. So I can appreciate that you might feel that you have adequate coverage. That's a good thing. And you're sure it's a whole life policy
It
now?
is, yes, and I'm
Okay.
also covered through my job as well,
Oh, okay.
for, I think it's what they call a term.
Uh-huh, term policy.
Yep, and I have that as well for 15,000.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's a good thing that you have life insurance like that. I can appreciate that. You know, have you ever known anybody who had a stroke or a heart attack or cancer?
Oh, well, yeah, my dad actually had strokes.
Oh, that's too
He had a
bad.
series of 7 of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Before he ended up passing, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So he had a long history.
Well, we have another product called Critical Illness, and what this does is it's a living benefit. You have your death benefit in place, right? So we're gonna look about if something were to happen to you, if you had a stroke or you had cancer, that Julia you would receive a lump sum payment, maybe $30,000. If you were sick and couldn't work, that would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Well, of course.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, I definitely live paycheck to paycheck, especially with 2 young kids at home, so.
I understand that, I totally understand that.
Absolutely, I don't know what I would do if I wasn't,
All right, well, let's take a look at what is involved with doing that. We're gonna have to ask you a few questions,
Okay.
all right? Now, I need to verify your social. What is your social?
It's 049-72-1640.
Okay, very good, 1640. All right. Now, so the kids, I bet they're pretty involved.
Yeah, they, absolutely. They're both little soccer players. They run around, they do their thing, full energy.
Good,
Absolutely.
good.
Keep me on my toes.
Okay, well, we're just gonna take a look here, and we're going to do, let me just take out my book right here. And we'll find out some of the questions that we need to ask. Okay, so, here are some of the questions that we need to ask you to make sure you qualify for this.
Okay.
All right?
Do you want me to read along with you?
Sure, that would be great. Now, within the last 10 years, has any proposed insured received any medical advice or treatment for, or taken prescription medicine for, or had stroke, transient ischemic attack, TIA, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, heart attack, coronary artery disease, heart condition, blood disorder, emphysema, chronic obstructive lung or pulmonary disease, drug addiction, diabetes, just,
No.
no, none
Nope.
of those things? Oh, good, good. Any cancer?
No.
No HIV or AIDS?
Nope.
Very good. In the past 6 months, have you been diagnosed as having a test result for which was necessary to recommend from a screening exam such as periodic mammograms, periodic chest x-rays, pap smears, PSA tests, stool, occult, or blood tests?
Nope.
Okay. Have you been in the hospital as an inpatient more than 48 hours except for childbirth? I know
No.
you don't
And
do
no
childbirth.
childbirth. Yeah, no,
I understand. Oh
no.
my goodness. Just one of those things we have to ask.
I appreciate it.
All right, have you been treated with three or more medications at the same time for high blood pressure, or had a reading above 150 milligrams systolic and or 100 milligrams Hg systolic blood pressure?
Nope.
Okay, very good. Will you qualify for this product?
Oh,
I'm
very
happy to
cool.
see. Let's just take a look and
And
see.
before I go too far, I mean, is there like something that I could take with me, maybe talk it over with my wife before I make any, final decisions?
You know, I can appreciate you want to talk with your wife. I always want to speak with my husband about financial decisions. But what we can do today is we can get you covered, so as you walk out the door, you're covered, and then your policy will come in about 7 to 10 days, of all the information that you need in it, and then you and your wife can make an educated decision what you want to do at that time. You might want to increase your coverage or decrease your coverage. If you decide it's not for you, then it's just a phone call to me.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
you just wanna make sure that I'm
Yeah, I
covered now.
just want to make
before
sure
I
you're
go.
covered now.
I understand,
So
I appreciate
so
you
if
looking
anything-
out for me.
You bet, all right. Okay, let's see, it's Jacob?
Yep.
And how do you spell your last name, Jacob?
It's Hilton, Hilton,
And your date of birth?
is July 17, and it's 1978.
Perfect, perfect. And I just need to, we've already verified your social security.
Yeah.
All right, one minute here, and we're gonna just move forward. This is take about 5 or 6 minutes. Now, what is your address?
It's 7575 State Street.
Good. How long have you lived there?
Oh, I lived there, we've been living there for about 5 years now.
Now, what city is that?
That's Charleston.
Charleston.
Yeah,
Okay, beautiful city.
absolutely.
A lot of
Love being
things to
there.
do there.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of things to do.
It's a great family city too.
It is.
Always an activity, always nice weather.
Exactly. What is your zip code?
It's 06073.
Perfect. All right. Now we're just gonna move on here. Now, we, in some instances, would need to contact you. So what is your cell phone number?
It's 203-795-6210.
213-795-6200. And do you have a business phone?
I do, actually, yes.
May I
And
have
that's 860-952-1010.
Good. And is there a home phone? A lot of people don't have home.
I actually don't have a home phone
That's
anymore.
a
Yeah, we
real
canceled
problem.
ours last year, we just don't use it anymore.
I understand. Only phone solicitors call those.
Yeah,
phone
I was
numbers,
gonna
swear.
say, the reason we canceled it is because the only phone calls we got were credit cards and whatnot.
And in case we need to reach you by email, you have an email address?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And what is your email address?
It's H Hilton. So H and then Hilton,
Okay,
715 at
715 at Gmail. All right. All right, now, we want to, once you put the policy in place, there may be updates about what is covered and things like that, increases in coverage, those type of things. Can we text message you? Or-
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I do everything on my cell phone. That would be great.
Good.
I have all my bills now come through my text and everything. It's awesome.
I know, isn't it awesome?
That's the way that I do
Technology's a
it.
great
Yep.
thing. I'm
Keeps
telling
me on
you.
track. I've got 1,000 things going on every day. I can't keep it all on track.
I understand.
My phone really helps me out.
And where do you work?
I actually am a dental assistant.
Okay, and what is the name of,
It's
When did
Smiles
you-
for the Future is the name of the
Okay.
company.
all right, and when did you start working there?
Oh, I've been there for about 7 years, 8 years now.
That's a long time.
Yep.
Do you remember the month and day?
Oh, it was, let's just say, June of 2005.
Okay. Perfect.
So it's been about 10 years now.
And what's your gross annual income?
I think about 65.
Okay, very good. And how often do you get paid?
Bi-weekly.
We're halfway through what we need to do to get your wife, get you covered and
Great.
take care of
Yeah, I
that
just wanna
for
make
you.
sure that my puppy's okay, you know,
Oh, I understand, we're gonna hurry, cause I have dogs too, what kind
oh,
of dogs do you
and
have?
it's a hot day out, you know, she's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Beautiful dog.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. And so, do you, and I assume you and Julia live at the same address?
We do, yes.
Okay, very good. Alright. Okay. Have you smoked one or more cigarettes in the last 12 months?
No. Yeah, there's my puppy.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
so cute.
Yeah, she really is.
I have 2 puppies too.
Oh, yeah?
Now, you work full-time?
Yes, I do.
I've already answered all the questions, so this is gonna go very quickly for you, and I definitely want you to get back to your puppy.
Yeah,
What's your puppy's name?
it's Penny.
Oh, Penny, that's a nice name.
Yeah,
for
she's
a
a nice,
puppy.
she's like a nice golden brown, you know, so
Okay,
Penny Parker's perfect.
well, now, what we can do is, let's just take a look here. For a $21,000 benefit, that would be $2.04 per week.
Oh, that's very affordable.
Yes, I think it is too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Is there a possibility of having more coverage than that?
Absolutely, let's take a look at, what do you think about $50,000 worth?
Do you think that that would be sufficient? I mean, how much, I mean, I know that when my father was going through the strokes, the medical bills were pretty
Yeah,
significant.
They are steep, that's
Um,
absolutely true.
So, do you think 50 is gonna be enough?
Well, I think 50 is a good way to start.
Okay.
You know, you can always add later, and we'll keep it affordable, because you know, you got the kids and Julia, and I know how tough it could be.
I
economically
appreciate that. How much
sometimes.
would that be with the 50?
That'll be $486 per week,
Okay.
and a total of $2104 your monthly premium.
Oh, that sounds really affordable.
Oh, good, I'm glad. I'm glad. And you're gonna get covered, Julia's gonna be so happy.
I'm surprised you can get that much coverage for that cheap. That's great.
Well, it's because of your age. You know,
I
you're
see.
young now,
Right.
and that's good that you got your life insurance now, and you're getting this now, because it's much less expensive when you're young.
Right.
If we gave it to you when you were older, it might be 3 or 4 times that now.
Okay.
Okay, so
So I'm protecting my future. I like
you
that.
are protecting your future. Now, when do you get, what days, you get paid every other Friday, or
It's actually every other Wednesday.
every other Wednesday?
Yep. I just got paid this week.
Okay, great. Now, do you have a debit card?
I do, yes.
We can take out your first month's premium today, and then you'll be covered for, then they won't take another premium payment out. Next month, there'll be no premium payment, and the month after that is when they'll start taking it out of your account.
Okay, great.
Okay, does that sound okay?
Yeah.
So let's do this. So your next pay period would be the 22nd. And your first draft will be on the 6th of July,
Okay.
all right?
Yep.
It's stuck. Something's wrong with the debit card. It won't put the debit card.
Are you on disconnect it? Are you on
It's disconnected.
Oh, yes, you can have it.
Oh, so we'll just pretend.
Let's do it,
Okay, so let's do that. All right, so what we have is, we're gonna set you up an insurance account. It will be deducted, you'll be covered today, the first deduction will start on your next pay period. Okay, and we'll talk a
Great.
little bit about that. So let's go on, and we have $50,000 benefit at $2104 a month. You ready? You ready
That
with
sounds great, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
good.
yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go. It's an invalid Gmail.
Yeah, well, you have to do .com.
Oh,
So
that's right.
gmail.com.
All right, now we're signature here. And here is my trusty pen. Isn't this great?
Okay,
Technology's
yeah, I
great,
can sign right
isn't
on the screen like
it?
this?
Absolutely, just go ahead and sign
Wow,
right
how
there.
about that?
Perfect, that's perfect. All right, now, here I have a brochure that tells you, I've written everything down here that tells you when your next payment comes out, how much you're paying, the type of benefit that you've selected, and you take this home with you today, and here you go.
Okay.
And we'll be sending you out a packet in 7 to 10 days, which you will have. And if you decide in the future you want to cover your wife or cover the kids, you know, it's kind of important that she have life insurance too. Does she have life insurance?
I think she has something through her employer.
Okay, all right. Well, I know we don't want to take any more time today, but my phone number's there on the pad,
Okay.
and you can give me a call back, or I can call you. What would you prefer?
Well, let me go home and talk to Julie about this, and then I'll give you a call. How's that sound?
All right, that sounds great. Well, thank you very much for coming into the credit
Awesome.
union today,
Thank you,
Joseph.
Mary.
If you have
Thank
any
you.
questions, you have my card.
Thank you.
All right, you take